Hi everybody. This is one of the first of many videos to come from your grade 4 teachers. So you'll see that over the next few weeks, a lot of your math videos will be coming from both myself and Miss Horvey, and then your reading and writing videos will come from Miss Nelson and Mrs. Kubik, and you will enjoy lots of interesting content and learn many new things, hopefully over the next few weeks. Anyhow, today I've made a very quick video on how to use fractions in the real world. So I decided to do some baking with my minions, and my class is well aware that my minions can be kind of crazy. So it was an interesting experience to say the least. I hope you enjoy this video. But before I do that, I love to introduce parts of my world, I guess, with my class. So I might as well share it with all grade 4s now. So I'm baking. I learned how to bake from my mom, who my mom learned how to bake from her mom, and so on. And my grandmother was an amazing baker. Oh gosh, I loved her food. Anything she baked or cooked was just delicious. My mom was also very good, or I should say is also a very good cook and baker. But she doesn't understand fractions at all. She understands money, but doesn't understand fractions. So she's turned baking into a money concept rather than a fractions concept. She gets that fractions are parts of a whole, but doesn't know how to measure with fractions. So for example, she looks at a quarter of a cup as a quarter, like an actual quarter that you would use as money. So when she's baking, she'll ask me for 25 cents of sugar. And I have learned that 25 cents means a quarter of a cup of sugar. And it's quite interesting to hear her as she's baking. So you'll see in this video, I needed a full cup of butter, but my butter was in blocks of half a cups. So my mom would say 50 cents and 50 cents is $1. $1 is 1 cup. So I need 1 cup of butter. That's how she would double a recipe instead of half and half. How much does 2 halves make if you put them together? She could figure that out. So it was always done in quarters or in dollars, and that's how she learned how to bake. It was my grandmother who taught her how to do that, because my grandmother understood fractions. She knew how to bake very well, but realized my mother could not. So she taught her how to do it in money, and that's still to this day how my mom bakes. So if I get stuck, because she sent me a lot of her recipes, and I'll read through them, and they'll say $1 in whatever, and I've learned to translate of how much those things mean in fractions. Hopefully, you guys will learn how to use fractions a little bit better, but that will be my goal as your teacher. And today you'll see just us basically measuring flour and sugar using measuring cups and measuring spoons in one point. So those are just very simple ways that fractions are used in everyday life. And I know my class, I always say, if we're learning something, how is it real world applicable? Well, this is how fractions are. We use them all the time in baking and cooking. So have fun watching my video of the Fahey minions making chocolate chip cookies. Enjoy, guys. Alrighty. Welcome to our cooking show. Is that what we're going to call this? Or a baking show?
A baking show or a dirt show.
There we go. We have Mrs. Fahey's minions.
Yeah.
And here's all of our supplies. We are going to bake chocolate chip cookies.
Yes.
Okay. This is a simple way of how to use fractions in everyday life.
Yes. Mama. You make them in a different way.
Yeah. So we are going to use our measuring cup.
And we also need that.
There you go. If you look on a measuring cup, you can see fractions here on the side. So there's 1 full cup is 1 whole, but then we also have parts of a whole, which is what we're going to focus on today. So enjoy our recipe of how to make chocolate chip cookies. Okay, here is a stick of butter. So if you notice on the stick of butter, if you can see, there's a fraction right here. So this section of a block of butter is 1/4 of a cup. The whole thing is 1/2 of a cup, but I want a full cup, 1 cup. How much am I going to need? If one of these sticks is 1/2, how many sticks will it take to make 1 cup?
2.
2 cups, or 2 sticks. So 1/2 and 1/2 makes 1 full cup. Okie dokie. So here is our butter, just made a little bit softer.
Okay, guys. So now you can see.
We're gonna add it to our bowl.
We have added butter.
There we go. And Julia, would you like to turn the bowl on? No, don't need butter, please. Can you turn the mixer on, please? Can you turn the mixer on? No? Oh, okay, so we put 1 cup of butter, and now we need 1 cup of sugar. If you see a measuring cup here, we've got a full cup, or 3/4, a half, or 1/4. So we're going to do the full. Hands out of the sugar, you guys. Hands out of the sugar. Grayson, no, hands out of your sugar, please. That's why it's in a container here. It keeps it nice and clean, dude. All right, who wants to pour the sugar in? Okay, pour the sugar in our bowl. Got it? Nice work.
Is it still told them?
We also need 1 cup of brown sugar.
I love brown
Probably the
sugar.
most healthiest cookies that we could ever make, but they're so good.
I love brown sugar, Mom.
I know you love brown sugar, bud. So same thing. We need another cup. The brown sugar is one that you pack down as you're making it. Okay, can you put the brown sugar in too, please? Yeah, the next step is 2 eggs need to go in to our recipe. So there's 1 egg and 2 eggs. Okay. The next step is adding vanilla. I normally just pour it into the bowl, but we're going to actually measure. So here, so this would be, 1 second, sweetheart. This would be a full tablespoon. And then all the rest of these show fractions. So that's 1/8 of a teaspoon, 1/4 of a teaspoon. So see, it's part of a whole, not a whole thing. We need 1 teaspoon.
Yeah, 1.
So that's this one. So take some vanilla.
Yeah, and put it in the whole tin.
And pour it in.
Put it in.
There's some vanilla. Okay. Julia, back up, please. Alrighty. We need 1.5 cups of flour. So here is 1 full cup. And then we go halfway up right here is 1.5. So between the 1 cup and the 2 cups. Excuse me, Grayson. Alright. Let's get my big flour scoop here.
Yeah, I put it in a bowl.
We're going to put it in a bowl.
Always, everybody knows put bowls of in the bowl.
Well, we got all the wet ingredients mixed, and now we just need the dry ingredients. So we measure out 1.5 cups. So there's 1.5 cups. And we also need, not yet, I also need 1.5 cups of oats. So same thing. Julia, thank you. 1.5 cups of oats. And the final thing that it needs is 1 teaspoon of baking soda. So I'm getting baking soda, 1 teaspoon, and I add it to the dry ingredients. And Julia likes to lick everything possible. Yeah, it's flour, so I like to mix all the dry ingredients together.
Why?
And then we slowly add it to the wet ingredients in the mixer already. The mixer already. So I'm just going to pause you so that I can do the mixing. And the final step is adding some chocolate chips. These guys like milk chocolate chips. You can add whatever you want. It's technically supposed to have in this recipe 1 package. You can add however much you want. I'm pretty generous with this. Here's our mixture in the bowl. We're now going to turn this into cookies. Right now that I have kids here eating. Oops. She totally dropped it right in her cup of water. Like, look, perfect shot. Right in her cup of water. That was awesome. I'm now going to make it into cookies. So these actually come out as very thin and very chewy cookies. I look forward to enjoying them.